Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
The city of Piedmont has a lower bond payment than preliminary budgets have showed. A former court clerk gets probation after stealing thousands in fees. Plus, the Missouri State Highway Patrol will take to the water this weekend. All of these stories, and could we see some rain by the weekend?
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello everybody, I'm Fred Dawkins. Thanks for joining us, and here are the top stories that we're working on for you at this hour. The City of Piedmont bond payments are not as high as originally thought. A preliminary budget for the next fiscal year estimated the payments at $700,000. However, Mayor Bill Kirkpatrick tells 18 Eyewitness News there was a miscalculation.
There was a mistake in the figuring. The way they were making the payments were kind of hard to understand, and once we ciphered through them, it wasn't as much as we thought.
Mayor Kirkpatrick says the correct figure is about $500,000. He says the majority of that amount will be covered between the economic development tax and the surcharge paid by a local food manufacturer.
Then we have of course, our general sewer charges in the city to bring in. So we're going to be showing a deficit on our budget as a whole, but we're going to be okay.
The City of Piedmont's next fiscal year begins on July 1st. And now Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our weekend forecast. Dustin?
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. Temperatures at this hour are continuing to be on the warm side, not as bad as they were yesterday at this time, though. 89 in Cape Girardeau, 86 in St. Genevieve, 85 right now in Festus, Potosi at 86 in Ironton, and 87 in Van Buren. This evening, we're going to continue to be on the mild side, 83 degrees by 7 p.m., sunny skies, clear skies by 9, 76, and down to 70 degrees by midnight, continuing to be on the clear side. I'll give you more details on your forecast, including a warm-up and a cool-down, and also how much sunshine we can see for your weekend. All those details coming up later in weather.
A former St. Francis County court clerk will spend 5 years on probation and serve 120 days in the county jail. Rebecca Becky Buxton of Park Hills, who was accused of stealing thousands of dollars in court fees, pleaded guilty earlier this week. Now, under a plea agreement, Associate Circuit Judge Tim Inman also ordered her to pay restitution, but that amount has not been agreed on. A July 12th hearing will determine the amount that she owes, which could be as much as $99,000. If Buxton violates her probation, she could be sentenced to 15 years in prison. Construction on the replacement section of Route T, which was washed out during last year's floods, will start on or before July 9th. The Missouri Department of Transportation announced the start date 3 weeks after the Highway Commission awarded the $1.5 million contract for the project. MoDOT project manager Tim Richmond tells 18 Eyewitness News that the replacement section will be built just east of the temporary roadway.
Like the half-mile stretch of road there, we're going to be also putting some pipe structures underneath Route T there to handle at least minor overtopping events at the emergency spillway.
Richmond notes the new section of Route T is designed so traffic won't have to stop. The project is scheduled to be completed by October 31st. An agreement between St. Francis County and the city of Bismarck could be the start of stronger cooperation between the government entities. Bismarck Mayor Dennis Mayberry tells 18 Eyewitness News that the county is allowing the city to use a piece of equipment at no cost to Bismarck.
It's a striper machine. It only uses like 1 week a year in the county, so they're going to make it accessible to the municipalities so that they can stripe their roads and street within inside the city, which is great. It only cost us would be a 5-gallon bucket of paint.
Mayberry believes this could signal a stronger partnership between the county and the cities.
I think that the county commissioners are pulling together and they say, well, you know, let's all work together. And that's been my voice for a long time, which you know. But I think it's going to work into bigger and better things down the road.
Mayberry says County Commissioner Patrick Mullins worked out the agreement with the city for the use of the paint striper. And when we return on 18 Eyewitness News, Deloge Police will have a benefit to buy equipment for their four-footed officer. That story is coming up only on 18 Eyewitness News.
When you're looking for quality home furnishings, appliances, and more, look no further than Heartland Furniture and Appliance. Heartland Furniture and Appliance offers great low prices every day and 6 months same as cash financing. No hassle leasing and great customer service. With 3 locations to better serve you, the customer. In Donovan, Dexter, and Piedmont on both sides of Main Street. Heartland Furniture and Appliance.
Sing a song about the Heartland. Sing a song about my life.
Oh, the blood of Jesus washes. Let it wash you this morning. Oh, the blood of Jesus shed for me. What a sacrifice that saved my life. With the blood, it is my victory.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins, Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp, and Jeremy Martin with sports. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
The Deloge Police Department is holding a benefit Saturday to raise money for equipment for their drug and tracking dog, Bach. The event will feature a car and truck show and plate dinner featuring pork steaks, brats, and hot dogs. Chief James Bullock says Bach works a full week for the department.
He works 5 shifts with the officer every week. Also, he is susceptible to be called out at any time when one of the Deloge officers needs him. And occasionally he is called out to do service in other cities or out in the county.
Bach's handler, Patrol Officer Dan Russell, says they're constantly training to keep the dog's skills sharp.
We'll work on tracking, we'll work on narcotics, we'll work on building search, article search. We do a lot of that stuff. Bach and I, a lot of times we'll take off and go down to our Deloge police range, and there we can do our basic obedience, we can do our articles. There are times I'll have people assist me with laying a track through the city park, and I'll actually do that when there's people present, because that way it gets him he learns to associate the different odors, and then he has all those distractions.
Bach will also be demonstrating his skills at the fundraiser. This event starts Saturday morning at 10 at 402 North State Street in Deloge. The Missouri State Highway Patrol will take to the water this weekend to crack down on impaired boaters as part of a national campaign called Operation Dry Water. Captain Tim Hull tells 18 Eyewitness News that troopers will be coordinating special patrols for higher visibility and to detect intoxicated operators.
Some of the lakes they'll be conducting sobriety checkpoints. Some of the areas they'll be doing sobriety checkpoints on some rivers and streams, and then some areas they'll just be doing the extended hours so that they get a higher visibility with more officers out there for extended periods of time.
Captain Hull says the rules regarding impaired driving on the road are the same for on the water.
Missouri boat operators that are found to have a blood alcohol content of 0.08, just like driving a car, are going to be arrested for driving or operating a boat while intoxicated. And it's the same limit. The first offense is a Class B misdemeanor. The second offense is a Class A misdemeanor. The third offense is actually a felony.
Captain Hull points out that last year alcohol was a contributing factor in more than half of the fatal boating crashes. An emotional and patriotic display will be unveiled Saturday at the Bill Emerson Memorial Visitor Center at Lake Wapapello. Remembering Our Fallen commemorates those Missourians who have made the ultimate sacrifice during the War on Terror over the past decade. U.S. Army Corps of Engineers spokesperson Andrew Jefferson tells 18 Eyewitness News that a local veterans group is bringing in the exhibit.
It's being put on by the local VFW out here at the lake, VFW Post 3416. They've coordinated and paid all the expenses to have that exhibit here.
There will be a special opening ceremony for the display Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Jefferson says special resource people for veterans will also be on hand as well.
The Poplar Bluff VA Hospital will have a booth set up, plus there'll be exhibits set up inside the visitor center where people can actually come in and look and see the exhibit and leave their comments.
The Remembering Our Fallen exhibit is free and open to the public. It'll be on display through July 2nd. Still to come on 18 Eyewitness News, it's not just a problem in developing countries. Don Arnold tells us about some surprising statistics about babies born with cleft lips and palates in the United States. That's next in today's Your Health segment. Dustin Kopp is checking our last-minute storm tracker forecast for the weekend. Is it going to be hot and dry? Dustin will have that coming up.
When someone comes in a Mineral Area's emergency department, our focus is giving them the best treatment in the quickest manner possible. We track every single patient, sending the doctors information before they even walk in the room. We have dedicated X-ray and CT equipment in our emergency department. We don't have to waste any time running all over the hospital. We know that minutes count in an emergency, and you can count on ER Plus at Mineral Area Regional Medical Center.
Storm Tracker 18 Weather is brought to you by CNC Distributing.
Devastating tornadoes can destroy your home in just seconds. Are you and your family protected? I'm Clinton Bailey with CNC Distributing, and I want to introduce you to the best storm shelter anywhere. Our storm shelters will seat up to 15 people comfortably. They have lights and ventilation, and most importantly, they will save your family from the devastation of tornadoes. Remember back in the day about everyone had some sort of storm shelter, and now you can too. Let me show you how affordable our storm shelters are. Call me, Clinton, at 573-330-8869.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. Plenty of sunshine is expected for the next several days here in southeast Missouri, and we're going to see a hot weekend, but it looks like things are cooling down for next week here in southeast Missouri. Right now, temperatures are on the mild side. They're not as bad as they were yesterday, but they're still warm out there. 89 right now in Cape Girardeau, 89 in Poplar Bluff, 88 right now in Piedmont, 86 in St. Genevieve, Festus and Potosi at 85. And here at the station, we have a current temperature of 85 degrees under a sunny sky. Feels like 85 out there with that current dew point at 57, 37% humidity, and a northeast wind at 6 miles per hour. Nice day is expected for tomorrow, although it's going to be on the warm side. Plenty of sunshine through southern parts of Missouri, but we're also going to be warmer tomorrow than we were today. So for tonight, clear skies, low around 62, northeast wind 5 to 10. We'll see temperatures in the low 60s throughout southeast Missouri, 60 degrees in Festus, 59 though in Ironton, 59 in Van Buren, 63 in Poplar Bluff, and 62 in Cape Girardeau. Tomorrow, plenty of sunny skies, 93 for your overall high. Southeast wind 5 to 10, 91 in Festus through Potosi, 92 in Ellington, Van Buren at 93, 94 in Piedmont, and 93 degrees in Cape Girardeau. The next several days are looking like this through southeast Missouri. Plenty of sunshine for the weekend, like I said, but we're starting to warm things up. For Sunday, high of 95, cooling down to the mid-80s on Monday, mostly sunny skies. Sunny on Tuesday with a high of 83, 89 and mostly sunny on Wednesday. Partly sunny and 92, so we're going to start warming things back up by the end of the work week with on Thursday. And then Friday, plenty of sunshine, high of 97. And another look at our weekend forecast here in southeast Missouri, 93 for your overall high on Saturday, plenty of sunshine. Then on Sunday, high of 95, mostly sunny skies. That's check of your Storm Tracker weather forecast. More details to look at froggy96online.com. Just click on the weather tab. Fred, back to you.
Dustin, thanks a lot. And now Don Arnold joins us for Your Health. Don?
Nearly every hour of every day, another baby is born in the U.S. with a cleft lip or cleft palate. It's one of the most common birth defects in this country. Advanced technology can help doctors spot problems while the baby is still in the womb. But a new study shows where parents take their baby to be treated after they're born can make the difference. Clark Powell reports.
The first time Matthew and Chelsea Osborne ever thought about a cleft lip was just moments after their son Carter was born. There was no family history and no warning.
It was kind of heartbreaking, the first time, just the shock of it all.
Then it happened again. The only difference this time was that doctors were able to catch the issue early during an ultrasound.
The look on the nurse's face, I could kind of tell something was wrong, but neither my husband nor I in a million years would have thought it happened again.
Most of us wouldn't, but it might surprise you to know that cleft lip and cleft palate is the second most common birth defect in the U.S. behind congenital heart disease. And more babies are born with these issues in this country than in some developing countries.
And in fact, cleft lip and cleft palate is twice as common in the United States as it is in the developing continent of Africa.
Dr. Richard Kirshner is with Nationwide Children's Hospital. He says when parents like the Osbornes detect problems in the womb, they have more time to plan and weigh their treatment options. And a new study by the American Society of Plastic Surgeons says that can be helpful. The study found that babies who get cleft surgery at teaching hospitals have as much as 27% fewer complications afterwards.
But Kirshner, who is also affiliated with Ohio State University, says the advantages of teaching hospitals don't just end when the operations do.
One thing that makes us very special is we have a critical mass of absolute world-class leaders in their field, in surgery, in speech therapy, and in orthodontics.
It was that team approach that appealed to the Osbornes. For years, their kids can come back to see everyone from surgeons to psychologists to dentists, all to make sure that an issue they've had since birth doesn't stigmatize them for life. At Nationwide Children's Hospital, this is Clark Powell reporting.
Doctors say cleft issues form in the first few weeks of pregnancy, so you should talk to your doctor about any concerns before you begin planning your pregnancy. If your child has this condition, experts say teaching hospitals may offer access to more specialists to help with your child's care.
Coming up in today's Your Life segment, Dr. Bill Meyer has the answer to Mom, I'm bored. That's coming up on Focus on the Family.
And coming up in sports, the Cardinals will try to wake up their bats in Kansas City this weekend. The Redbirds' home game on July 6th is a hot ticket, and Blues fans are hoping David Backus becomes more of a team leader, not just a team captain. These stories and more coming up in sports on 18 Eyewitness News.
Your health is brought to you by Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy of Deloge. We're caring for you and about you is our business. From taking time to explain your medication, offering a caring touch, to a full line of medical equipment, supplies, and diabetic shoes. We'll help you understand your options and assist you with Medicare drug plan enrollment with a comfortable waiting area, convenient drive-through or free delivery. Caring for our neighbors is our business. Your locally owned Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy just off of Highway 67 at the Deloge exit. When you're recovering from a traumatic injury, the last thing you need is an unexpected bill. Because most health insurers pay only a part of air transport, Archer Medical has a solution, the Omni Advantage program. For a membership fee of $49 per year, Omni Advantage guarantees you and other covered family members will not have to pay anything that your health insurer doesn't provide. In an extraordinary emergency, the last thing you need to worry about is cost. Contact Archer Medical or visit them on the web to discover all the advantages of Omni Advantage.
This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News with Jeremy Martin.
The Cardinals, who still lead the National League in batting average and on-base percentage and are second in runs scored, have encountered their worst offensive slump this season in their last 12 games. Those have all been interleague games against the American League Central, in which the Cardinals have only won 5 and have scored 3 runs or fewer in 10 of them. In 7 of those games, including Thursday's 2-1 loss in 10 innings to the Detroit Tigers, the Cardinals have tallied 2 runs or fewer. The Cardinals were 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position on Thursday, including 2 misses by Alan Craig, who jammed his left wrist diving for a ball the night before and then went 0 for 5 on Thursday. The Cardinals will try to get their bats going this weekend in Kansas City when they take on the Royals. All that glitters may not be gold, but that is not stopping the St. Louis Cardinals from making big money on a giveaway promotion featuring souvenir World Series rings.
Thanks to the Cardinals' dynamic pricing, which allows ticket prices to fluctuate with demand, fans are paying double, triple, or more for tickets to a ring giveaway game scheduled for July 6th. The club planned to give out replica rings to fans just once this season. That was April 14th, when the real rings were presented to the Cardinals. But after that game, the front office was flooded with requests to buy the promotional items, which are not for sale. The Cardinals' Senior Vice President for Sales and Marketing, Dan Farrell, said, "We thought if demand is strong enough, why not do a second night?" And there's no doubt that demand is strong enough. Close to 45,000 tickets already have been sold for the game next month against the Miami Marlins. Every paying fan gets a replica 2011 World Series ring, and ticket prices have skyrocketed. Standing room tickets were selling on the Cardinals website for $49.95. And seats in the outfield loge level were available for $113.75, 5 times more than the same seats for a game against the Colorado Rockies one day earlier. And the Stanley Cup playoffs are a crucible that can make or break players. And St. Louis Blues fans are hoping this year's playoffs have made David Backes more of a leader, not just the team captain. While the Blues were on the wrong end of a 4-game sweep by the Los Angeles Kings, it appears that Backes learned one important lesson in the loss. Backes told reporters, quote, "What they had in mentality and buy-in from all their guys, that is where the difference was. How do we get there? That's probably the million-dollar question. But I think once you see that other level, and so many guys on our team have seen it now, we will have more guys on board," end quote. Backes plans to demand that kind of buy-in from his teammates in the all-in manner necessary to hoist that Stanley Cup. And that's a look at sports. We'll be back with today's Your Live segment right after this on 18 Eyewitness News.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs. And they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1-800-587-709.
Have you ever heard your kids say, "Mom, I'm bored"? Summer vacation is upon us, and those dreaded words could be coming out of a young mouth near you very soon. In today's Focus on the Family, Dr. Bill Meyer has some ideas to beat the boredom.
Girls, do flamenco over here. Guys.
So what are you doing for summer vacation? A lot of kids go to camp, but how about Shakespeare camp? These students are putting on a full-fledged stage production of a Shakespeare classic.
I'll feed you in faith. A pair of stocks, you rogue.
A huge undertaking that started a few months ago for one simple reason.
Boredom is just not, that's a bad word in our family. We just don't do boredom.
Begin.
We try to keep the summers really fun.
It definitely has grown. Each year there's new people that want to be involved.
Looking for a creative and fun activity for her kids, former English teacher Renee Davis devised a theater camp that now draws lots of kids every summer.
I wanted them to know and love Shakespeare. These great thoughts of a Renaissance man in their minds and in their bones, and I wanted them to enjoy it.
Shakespeare may not be your family's thing, but try thinking outside the box. Swimming lessons and barbecues are great, but more creative ideas will banish boredom and provide your kids with some great memories.
This is the gentleman who complains about latex.
This is the only gentleman that has to wear latex.
Early in the morning, you come here, you meet your friends, you start acting, and you do all kinds of exciting, fun games, theater games, and there's never a boring day in Shakespeare.
There's really never a dull moment.
To provide a good mix of activities that'll keep your kids happy and stimulated over the summer, let them brainstorm part of the plan and give them some opportunities to reach out to others.
That is not just completely about how much fun we have, but are there some creative ways in which we can reach out and together as a family have fun doing it as well.
For Focus on the Family, I'm Dr. Bill Meyer.
For more valuable information on life's issues, relationships, and family, please visit FocusOnTheFamilyTV.com. Today's Plugged In movie review looks at the new movie, Brave.
No one knows how we came to this land. A land filled with magic and danger.
In the movie Brave, Merida is a young Scottish princess with a spirit as fiery as her unruly red hair. She's so tired of all the princessy things her mother, the queen, wants her to do.
Oh, Mom!
She doesn't care about standing right or walking with the proper princess gait. She doesn't want to play the lute or learn about the kingdom's history. She just wants to be her tomboyish self. But now, the final outrage has been doled out. Her mother wants her to get married.
Each of the firstborn must compete for the hand of the fair maiden.
Merida, however, is finally fed up. Not only does she rebel and beat them all at their own game, but she runs from the castle, intent on somehow blotting out the future that fate has in store.
I want a spell that changes my fate. Done.
Of course, that seems like an impossible dream. Until she meets a strange woman in the woods, a woman with a magical spell. This latest Pixar animation is a moving mother-daughter tale filled with moments of insight, beauty, and humor. But those with younger ones need to know there's also dark magic, fearsome beasts, and unexpected threats in these Scottish Highlands. And some of this could play on a child's deepest fears. With that little warning, I'll knock my rating down a bit and give Brave 4 roaring bears out of 5 for family friendliness. For an in-depth review on this film or anything else at your local box office, visit us first at pluggedin.com or download our smartphone app. Plugging you into the movies, I'm Cheryl Wilhelmy for Focus on the Family's Plugged In Movie Review.
You can find reviews of other current movies, DVD releases, as well as music, games, and TV shows, all at pluggedin.com.
If you or a loved one has been implanted with a pelvic mesh, commonly called a bladder sling, you may be entitled to a significant cash award. Many women implanted with this device have suffered discomfort, excruciating pain, and even incontinence. The FDA has even warned that pelvic meshes may cause serious injuries, including pain, scarring, infection, incontinence, and discomfort. If you or a loved one has been implanted with a pelvic mesh,
call the Rely On Group at 800-79.
Do you see news happening in your neighborhood? Email us at news@kdkz.tv.
Dustin, we finally made it to the weekend.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
It's been a long week.
It seems like it has. It really does. And the hot weather seems like it's going to continue, right?
The hot weather will continue for the next couple of days. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. As you can see, the weekend's going to be on the hot side, 93 on Saturday, 95 on Sunday. But then we're cooling things down just a bit on Monday and Tuesday with low to mid 80s for highs, but the sunshine continues, and then we're warming things back up by Wednesday. Look at that, Fred. On Friday, temperatures in the upper 90s.
Wow, and I bet with the heat index, it'll possibly hit the 100-degree mark.
Probably so. I wouldn't doubt it.
Folks, thanks for watching. Have yourself a blessed evening. We'll be back at 10 o'clock with more. Until then, like I said, have a blessed evening. God bless everyone.
Have a good evening, everybody. News Watch is next. We'll see you tonight at 10.
Here's what's coming up tonight on KDKZ 18.